All right, everybody, welcome to the Super Magic Show. I hope you're doing well today. It is November 13th, 2025, and a little bit of a bummer today. We found out earlier this morning. It was public, even though it happened last summer. But Tatsuya Nagamine, the director of Dragon Ball Super Broly and the director of the Tournament of Power episodes of Super 77 to 131, passed away this past summer. It was kept secret from the public because in Japan, unlike the West, a lot of the quasi celebrities or celebrities, a lot of them it doesn't become like a TMZ type of sensationalist story. The family's given time to grieve privately, so that's why it just came out now. There was a memorial at Toei Studios today. Many people that worked on the Broly film were there. So I brought the biggest Broly fan ever, Uchi, right over here. And thank you for doing this on such short notice, bro. I thought of you. I'm like, I got to get Uchi on. I wonder if he's available tonight because I didn't even think about doing this till like 7 o'clock. And I was like, let me see if I can get him on because we can talk about Broly because I was going to do something with you anyways with Broly next year, but we can talk about it now and discuss. And not just that, but the T.O.P. It's been a minute since we've talked about those two things. And I will say, I'm going to get into it later, but when it comes to like my career and my time as Geekdom 101, that was the absolute peak. And I think for a lot of people, that's when everyone was buzzing for everything coming out. I think Dragon Ball Super Broly is a lot of people's favorite modern Dragon Ball movie. Some say it's the best Dragon Ball movie of all time. And it's, yeah. So how are you?
Dude, I'm good, man. I'm in better spirits. Obviously, it's always nice to get the call up. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to talk Dragon Ball. It's always good to be talking with you just in general. So yeah, it's like obviously, of course, we all wish it was under better circumstances, but like you said, like we were trying to do something to commemorate the anniversary of the Broly movie coming out and being such a big deal, but with Nagamine's passing, that like the timing could not have been more worse. So.
And today is the 20-year anniversary of the passing of Eddie Guerrero, bro.
Okay, like I said, timing, bro. Like, come on, like that's it's terrible time, bro, for wrestling fans, for Dragon Ball fans around.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tonight more of a celebration of what Nagamine gave us. Nagamine was really, I think, known more as a One Piece creator for Toei. Because he did One Piece, more of One Piece than he did Dragon Ball, but he gave us Broly, and we're gonna celebrate it by talking about the movie, that time period, and the importance, I think, of we've complained. Yes, I did. We've complained in the past about how you and I, especially, about how weird Japan is when it comes to promoting their own stuff. It felt like with Dragon Ball Super Broly, it felt like this was the one time they got it right because they heavily promoted Dragon Ball Super Broly that whole year of 2018, coming out in December of 2018. They heavily promoted it. And it was with Superhero, they dropped the ball. With Daima, they dropped the ball. But with Broly, they were dropping like news bits every Saturday night on the old school Dragon Ball website. Nagamine himself was on there talking about what they were doing. I mean, there were so many cool, like I'll never forget. There was one article that came out around August, September about how there's a moment in the final battle where they break reality. He talked about that. And we didn't know what that even meant, bro. We thought and then when you see the movie, they literally cracked the fabric of so that's what they were talking about. Like, yeah. That time was so special to me. And I'm going to get a little emotional tonight because that time period for me, I have a lot of memories that we're going to talk about.
Same.
Because that was the peak of Not only was that the peak of, I think, the modern era of Dragon Ball, from Battle of Gods to Daima, that was the top of the mountain. Then it started to kind of slowly subside a bit. But
Mm-hmm.
For my adult life, that was the best time in my adult life for me. And we'll talk about that as we go through. But I wanted to first ask you,
Mm.
how did you hear about his passing today? And what'd you think?
So when luckily I had like a lighter day at work. I was like training a new guy. So like I was able to kind of like be on my phone a little bit more than normal. And it was just scrolling through Twitter, X, whatever. And it was like one of the things that came up on my feed, and I was like, really? I was like, this sucks. Like, why I feel like we lost so many people this year.
So this guy says, fix the stream. I don't want to watch a little window of the stream. We are testing the vertical and horizontal tonight. If you don't want to watch a little window, my friend, then I suggest you switch over to a computer or a tablet. This is not my fault. Uchi and I tried to fix it before the show started. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. I can't do anything. That's how StreamYard made it. So please do not complain. We're testing the vertical and horizontal with this stream. So please, man, this is a stream dedicated to Nagamine. Please conduct yourselves like adults for once. Please. Go ahead, brother.
The hot fix is you just go to Geekdom's channel and you'll see 2 live streams. Just pick the one where it's horizontal. There you go.
Pick the other one. Yeah, that's something else. If you see 2, try the other stream just to make sure that you know, bro. So anyways, bro, continue. So that came out like in the middle of the night originally, that story.
Oh, I thought it was like this morning, but I guess that would make sense because of like the time zones. But yeah, and then like once I got home, like right over dinner, I caught up by watching your video that you put out today, just talking about it a little bit. And it is really weird to me in a way that they kind of withhold information about people dying. Like, I don't know why they do that. Like,
for what? I always thought it was for respect, to let the family like grieve. I always thought that was cool.
Yeah, like I can understand, like, you do that for like a few weeks, but like to hear that he's been dead since summer, that's like, I don't know, that's too much, like
3 months ago, bro.
Yeah, like, because then like in a way, it just makes my like out of the box thinking start to tick, and it's just like, well, did they do this on purpose? Like, why are we finding out around the anniversary of the Broly movie? Like, do they think that people wouldn't care? Like, man's a human being. Like, of course we're gonna care. Like, if they told us back when he, like, even within that small window of a week or two, like, people would have cared regardless of.
I don't know if that's what it was, but okay, let's put it this way, bro. I think this is not the way I think. If his family straight up told Toei or whomever, don't talk about this yet, give us a few weeks or a few months, I would respect it, bro. Like,
yeah, that's fine.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. It's just like I said, it's just me speculating because like I don't know. Like when you have to understand, like, as someone like you and we've been in the game for years and years, and like we've developed these skills to just kind of analyze how companies operate, and like how like everyone has a pattern. A company, a person, everyone has patterns, and like based on their actions, sometimes it can be easy to kind of predict or to foresee like how they would handle a certain situation. So I don't know. That's all I'm trying to say. But ultimately, it's it sucks either way that he's gone.
It does, and this guy was a talent. I really hope that there is a One Piece tuber out there doing something like what I'm doing tonight, or even this week, because I think the guy does deserve like to be talked about fondly. Because I talked to B Weezy Bindle once in a while. Like, he's a big One Piece fan, and he was the one that actually was the first one to send me the news that he passed. We didn't talk about it probably because when he got onto One Piece, it was way deeper into the series. That series is old, but I know that he was really, really on One Piece for 8. That was like his baby. And then they brought him onto Dragon Ball Super with Ryota Nakamura for the Tournament of Power. And can we just say now, objectively, okay, nothing is really objective. Can we say now that the Tournament of Power was the best arc of Dragon Ball Super? I mean, I know some people think it was Goku Black, but that ending pissed me off so much that I think it hurt the rest of it. I think Tournament of Power had way, way better moments.
I mean, yeah. For starters, yes, I agree. I mean, you know, everyone's gonna have their own opinions and feelings, and you know, whether their reasonings are better or for worse. Like, yeah, when you look at the all 133 episodes of Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power was the arc that really felt like this was a global phenomenon. Like, Dragon Ball already is that, but the T.O.P, you got a sense of, okay, every Saturday night or whatever time zone you're in, everybody was locked in and doing the same thing, watching the new episode of Dragon Ball Super, especially when the Tournament of Power, because like there was hype building up towards it. Dude, to this day, I remember those commercials. And what was the one huge reveal? Yo, female Broly? What? You're not running that by me and I'm not,
Not
you're not
you.
nothing,
Not by
not
you.
me.
Yeah.
Like, so that alone was just like, okay, what's going on here? So,
right.
you know, and yeah, it was a very exciting time. Like you said already, like, you know, around that period was, you know, really, it had a lot of meaning. There's a lot of things that were going on during that point in time for a lot of people. And like Dragon Ball was just one of those things. Like the Super in that Tournament of Power arc specifically is what really kind of like, you know, felt like we were all like, I guess, like under the same, you know, headspace, if you will.
Yeah, it was, and people were communicating. Like, I remember that time, text messages were being blown up, and also things felt more like a community at that time
Right.
because
Yeah.
there was always drama in the Dragon Ball fandom among creators. I hate to even talk about it today, and I don't want to get too into it. There's always been some kind of drama. It's usually something stupid and overblown, but back then it seemed like there was a lot more synergy, and
Yes.
people were very excited to talk about this every week, you know, every week. So it was and Tournament of Power was the peak of that. I think Goku Black started it because Goku Black had the mystery of where did Black come from? Who is Zamasu? Like, that mystery they carried on really kept us hooked. Then Trunks came back after forever. And then Tournament of Power starts. We have the female Broly. We have the character that would be known as Jiren. Who's that buff alien guy with the white head, the gray head?
Jiren the Gray. Remember the whole
Jiren,
surname thing?
yeah,
I dropped
Jiren
that
the
mad
Gray.
quick. I don't think people remember that.
I mean, it's in those episodes. It's still there. It's in those episodes. And then there was, of course, the Trio the Dangers and that pre-tournament stuff, the recruitment of Frieza. And at that time, my health was a complete wreck because I was getting woken up at 4 a.m. on Thursdays to cover the Shonen Jump leaks, because back then they would post episode leaks or episode summaries, and I had to cover them. And there were fake ones that were coming out. There was one time I only got fooled one time, and the thing that's wild about the one time I got fooled, it was that leak that came out that Frieza was leaving Universe 7 and joined Universe 4 or whatever. And the thing that's crazy about that hoax is I ran that by 4 different people in the fandom that I trust, and one of them is a Japanese speaker, and he was like, yeah, this is real. We all that's the only time they fooled. Because look, let's just keep it real. Like, you can, if you want to be a hater, you can be a hater.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real, dog. 95% of my news is accurate. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
If you want to be a dumbass and bring up shit from 7 years ago or a theory that I had that didn't come true, no. I was on point then, and I was on point again with Daima. And for that to have fooled not just me, but people like Herms, who have been translating shit for 20 years, they did they even made it look like real paper. Like, that was crazy. So that happened, right? And then when you see female Broly, we were all like, wait a minute. First, it's like, was that Broly? Not even female. Like, was that Broly? And it's like, well, and then we started thinking, well, wait a minute, what does this mean? And then after as Tournament of Power's wrapping up, right? There's a new movie coming out, the new movie, end of the year. People thought it was Yamoshi, and then I will never forget the day, and I want to hear your story. I will never forget the day that poster dropped that said Dragon Ball Super Broly. I will never forget it as long as I live.
Facts. How do you think I feel?
Because it's just... What timeline were we in? The only thing that's even more absurd is if I would have told you, hey, Uchi, guess what I found out? What? They're doing another Dragon Ball show where Goku becomes a kid again and gets Super Saiyan 4. No, that's not happening, but no, come on. What's next? Broly's coming back? There's an evil Goku? Come on. You can't predict it, bro. So tell me about your memories of seeing that poster, where you saw it. I just remember my video when I uploaded. I was like, guys, this is not fake. This is actually happening.
I just want to preface for my answer that, and this might, people are going to feel however they're going to feel, but I have literally been, for those that have known me for as long as they have, I have honestly been one of those folks that before Dragon Ball Z came back for Battle of Gods, I always said out loud that I put it out there. I said, one day Dragon Ball is going to come back. And then at some point, Broly will be a character in the main continuity of the story, aka canon, right? Whatever, for those that want to understand it like that.
But it's not, but the thing is, this was something new at the time, because
of course
this was not Z Broly coming back. This is we didn't know at the time the details. This was a brand new clean slate Toriyama reboot of Broly, because when people were saying, oh, Geekdom, you said Broly was never coming back, I was right. The one from Z didn't come back. This is the first time that Toriyama, well, actually, technically the second, because Toriyama did not come up with Bardock. Bardock was invented by Takao Koyama and Kazuyoshi Nakatsuru, and then Toriyama put him in the manga. This is the second time that character that he did not create ends up getting put in there, and it was Broly. I want to address this question right here. So if this Dragon Ball Super director died, who would even direct Super if it comes back? So in your mind, all due respect to Nagamine, in your mind, you think that he's the only director that works at Toei, bro? Toei hired one director for all the shows. That's it. Come on, man. I'm begging you, dude. I'm begging you, dog. Critical thinking. Critical thinking. He didn't even direct Daima. Like, there's lots of directors at YouTube. Okay, why no full screen? Once again.
Hold on.
We are testing vertical and horizontal streams. If you're having trouble viewing the stream, try the other stream available on the channel, because we have it set up for vertical and horizontal. Okay, there he is right there, B Weezy. Okay, there's a billion directors at Toei. Bindle, do you mind? Do me a favor, because I really would like you to help me with this. Can you write something up real quick and DM it to me on Discord about Nagamine's work on One Piece? I'm not familiar with it, but I would like to respectfully say something about it here on this stream. It's not a One Piece channel, but I figure people that watch Dragon Ball and One Piece might want to know about it. So do me a favor, just a quick thing, like say he was great or he sucked or whatever,
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, yeah, Nagamine was
I
one of the directors.
did post that I was having 2 streams, and I said it 3 times. Last warning, bro. I'm not putting up with this tonight, bro. This is supposed to be a respectful stream. Enough. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. That shit pisses me off.
Nah,
Respect.
yeah, no, I was just saying that, yeah, I mean, in pretty much every anime project, there's always going to be multiples of a lot of these roles, directors, obviously the animators, so on and so forth. It's never just like a one-man show. I mean, even with the creators for a lot of these works, I mean, their names are clearly printed on their work, like story and art by, or story by and art by so and so, but they also have assistants, so it's like realistically it's never just like 1 or 2 people. There's always like a team behind it, like, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
And Nagamine was chosen because of his work on One Piece. That's why they brought him in. So for those who don't know, I want to tell this story because I'm not sure if I've ever actually told this story publicly about why he even got hired. So when Dragon Ball Super first started, Dragon Ball Super was a 2-month production schedule. Daima was 2 years. And they were making other stuff. 2 months. So it was rushed. And as many of you know, Super Episode 5, the animation collapsed. They started to outsource things to other parts of the country. They didn't have enough directors. There was a problem. Nagamine, who had done One Piece Film Z, which was a very successful, very, very successful, movie. They brought him in along with Ryota Nakamura. They had 2 directors to do the T.O.P episodes because they really wanted to polish Super up. And if you watch Super and you watch Battle of Gods and Resurrection F and Potafu and then watch T.O.P, there is a stark difference in quality. Yeah. I mean, Super and the T.O.P felt like, okay, we should have got this from the very beginning. I still think that Daima production animation wise was obviously way more consistent, but for a weekly show that went on for 3 years, the last part of Super I thought was quality, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of it was because they brought him in, bro. Nagamine had experience working on an ongoing anime series, working with multiple directors, working with multiple writers, working with multiple animators, and he knew how to take Toriyama's words and bring them to life. This is something that I want you guys to really, really, really think about. Like, really think about it, bro. This man took Toriyama's words. Toriyama sent in a bunch of drawings and words and literally put it together. I don't know if he's the one who invented Kale, but Kale was not part of Toriyama's like original drafts, but yeah. Nagamine did, and now here's the big one. Here's the big one, bro. Here's the big one. So when it came to Dragon Ball Super Broly, in the original, Toriyama wrote the script. He adapted it. In the original script for Toriyama, or I'm sorry, the original script Toriyama wrote for Dragon Ball Super Broly, not the 3-hour one, but just the story. He never ever designed the original sheets. He did not design buff Broly with his armor off. That was Nagamine purposely with Shintani paying tribute to the original Broly from Takao Koyama, because according to what Nagamine said in an interview, he was basically Koyama was like a mentor to him. So he felt, if I'm going to take this character that Koyama-san invented, I'm going to put a little bit of Koyama into him mixed with Toriyama. So when you see the movie Broly and you see him with his armor on, that's Toriyama. When you see him at the end fighting Gogeta with the muscles, that's Nagamine paying tribute to Koyama. And I love that so much. Same goes for the final line in the movie when Goku turns to Broly and says, "Call me Kakaroto." Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I hope that gets paid off even now. Like that, I've always wondered that. I even remember, especially around that time, like right after the movie came out, people, and people were like, you know, coming out after seeing in theaters. Like one of the first things that I would chat with my brother about would be, I hope there's some sort of arc in the future where we actually hear Broly like referring to Goku as Kakarot. And that would be a huge like callback to, of course, the legendary classic Broly.
I'm going to share a story that I think I told you, but I've never told my audience. Like you guys, but I've told you, Uchi. I think I told you. If I didn't, you'll hear it for the first time. Involving a tidbit about that. But yes, Nagamine respected Koyama so much that he's like, look, if I'm gonna take over what you created, dude, I'm gonna give you a little bit of what you. And it's not the same Broly, but one thing I loved about the film is that in Toriyama's script, Broly does not refer to Goku as Kakarot once in that movie, not one time.
Nope.
And that's why at the very end, he's like, "Call me Kakarot." That's like a wink to the audience. Like, he didn't call me. Sean Schemmel, the Sean Schemmel, once shared with me that when he first saw that in the script, he thought it was a mistake because at that time, I told you that?
It sounds familiar. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've ever told this story publicly, but fuck it. It's been years. He doesn't care. And actually, I think he may have talked about it on his Twitch. So he shared with me that when he first saw that Goku referred to himself as Kakarot, he's like, wait a minute. Because at that point, he had been playing Goku for so long. He knew Goku's character. He knew that Goku he lets Vegeta call him Kakarot, but he's always Son Goku, the Saiyan from Earth. Right. And so he's like, is this a mistake? Schemmel went so far as to request the Japanese scripts and an alternate translation to make sure that this was accurate, to make sure that it wasn't a mistake. And he's on the phone with me, right? And he's like telling me, you know, but he would never say that. Goku would never say that. You know, Sean, he's very, wired. He would never say that. He would never say that. And I go, Sean, the only reason why that line's in the movie is because Nagamine wanted to pay tribute to Koyama. And he was like, yeah, but he would never say that. Goku would never say that. And I was like, hey, look, I don't know if Toriyama approved him saying that or not. I loved it because even though Broly, I don't love Broly as much as you do. I like the first Z Broly movie. I hate the other two. First one was great. But the fact that like they were able to tribute the buff Broly and also the Call Me Kakarot, like I love that Easter egg, bro. Not to mention all the other ones in that film. Gogeta doing the Stardust Breaker. Right. And Broly just powers out of it. And I made a video where I said there's only two explanations. One, the Stardust Breaker only works on evil people, and Broly is technically not evil in this version of the character. Or two, Broly was so powerful that even a Super Saiyan Blue Stardust Breaker wasn't enough. But if you watch my video, which I'm very proud of, the video is called How Gogeta Beat Broly. I broke down step by step the strategy Gogeta used in that fight. Because people who are, let me just be honest, a little dim-witted think that whole fight is just Gogeta punched him harder and that's how he won. Dragon Ball Z is just a bunch of screaming and fights. There's no strategy. If you actually have more than 2 brain cells and you watch that fight, you can literally see what happens. Broly is tanking everything that Gogeta's hitting him with. It could, because Broly's abilities in both the original movie and in Super is that Broly has the ability to very rapidly get strong, and he has a high level of energy projection. Because of that, Gogeta's energy attacks were not working. So what did Gogeta do? He switched to close combat. The thumbnail for this stream has him flying, hit him in the head, then he started hitting him in the body, the body, the body, the body, the body. And Broly's starting to go back a little bit. Does the backflip and then does the Stardust Destroyer. No, that was earlier. Does the Stardust where he goes like this and his stomach blows up. And then that's when he sets him up for the Cosmic Kamehameha. And yeah, bro, that might be the best Dragon Ball movie fight, not of all time, but movie wise, bro. Like, it's at least top 3. You can't even argue that, right?
No, there's no argument for me.
I say top 1.
First of all, I will never forget how I felt coming out of that theater, especially like again, this was during a time floating. Like, dude, this was during a time when I actually was getting views on my YouTube channel. Okay, like
me too.
Like this was like peak reactions, and like Funimation had invited me and my brother out to New York City to see it 2 weeks early.
That's right. You went to the New York premiere. That was the second premiere they did.
It was so sick, and like man, like it just brings back so many memories. Like my brother and I sitting in that theater, and like a part of me almost felt bad for anyone who was sitting around us, because any point, especially during that fight, that something was happening. And like the part where Goku like farted Ultra Instinct for that frame and like went back to blue, I swear to you guys, first of all, my brother was holding onto my arm and he fucking floated into midair like a cartoon character. Like what was that? What was that one character from the Fairly Odd Parents? We'd be like, Fairly Odd Parents. Like, he was like that type of projection in this freaking seat in the theater. When stuff like that happened, dude, we were just freaking out the entire time. Like, it was such a fun ass movie. Literally my favorite Dragon Ball film, like, ever. Probably a favorite anime film, if I'm being honest. But
brother,
Mr. Cross, thanks, guys.
It is such a well-made movie. Nagamine was such a great director because what he was able to do is he was able to come up with these storyboards with Shintani, and he was able to give each animator his own little sort of ability to make the fights different. Vegeta versus Broly was a Shintani fight. I'm sorry, not Shintani. Oh my God, Takayama. Why am I drawing a blank here? Takahashi. Vegeta versus Broly was Takahashi. Goku versus Broly was Ryo Onishi. And then Gogeta versus Broly was mostly done by Shida, because they got to bring him in for the end, like always, bro. God Shida. So, and he was able to make everything sort of have its own little style. If you remember, Vegeta versus Broly had that real great up close, like, just, you know, and then the God Goku versus Broly had the first person view where the camera, you're seeing it from Broly's perspective, you're seeing beams fly. It's like a roller coaster ride, bro. They go inside the snow. We have never seen something like that in this show. That's Nagamine, dog. That's Nagamine, bro. Please be with God, man. That's where he needs to be. And then Gogeta versus Broly was, I mean, dude, before I saw it myself, Sean told me, because Sean had an early unfinished version of the movie. He goes, if you have like epilepsy or if you take drugs, you might want to be real careful with that. Because because it's, bro, it was, you saw that fight. That was the colors. It was crazy.
This is the best movie, dude.
Bro, that's how you do a main event anime fight. That's Absolutely. How you do a main event anime fight for a movie, especially. So I'm gonna read the notes of that Bindle sent me about Nagamine in One Piece. He says, a key element in the transformation and revolution of One Piece anime during the Wano arc, worked tirelessly for the development and modernization of the series, loved and respected by all staff members, director of the most televised episode in the history of the One Piece anime, 1071, the debut of Gear 5, director of One Piece Film Z, highest grossing film before One Piece Film Red and Stampede. Yeah, Film Z was 2012. The director of Opening 22 and more than 10 episodes. One of his last works for One Piece was directing episode 1088, an important episode because it was the anime adaptation of Luffy's Dream. And he says, One Piece Film Z in Japan was nominated for Best Animated Film category in the same year. That's Evangelion 3.0. So
wow.
we are here to celebrate the life of Tatsuya Nagamine and the work he's given us, bro, because you got to understand, look, we're going to always respect people like Shintani and Shida, but Nagamine is the organizer. He's the leader of this movie. He has to put this film together to where it makes sense. Just think back to the part where we leave off with Broly and it fast forwards to the present, and we see these little boxes of scenes throughout Dragon Ball and Z. Kid Goku, Majin Buu, they play Chala Head Chala, and it transitions right into Goku and Vegeta sparring. Bro, like this guy was not afraid to take risks. One of the biggest criticisms of Resurrection F is that Tadayoshi Yamamuro, if you watch that movie now, no disrespect, it doesn't pop. It's fine, but it's missing something. Broly actually took risks. It felt like Dragon Ball was finally stretching out its arms and legs and saying, okay, this is the potential we have, not necessarily for television anime, because TV fights are different than theatrical fights. You can't have an anime TV fight, especially a Dragon Ball one, be like a movie fight. Movie fights have to be faster and more epic because you got to get more stuff crammed in for the runtime. TV, you can have more strategy and things like that. So I think movie-wise, Nagamine set the bar so high. Like, I like Superhero, but I don't think the fight with Cell Max was anywhere near as good as the fight with Broly and Gogeta. I really don't.
It doesn't at all.
And I like Gohan.
I love Gohan. I mean, there's a lot of people that love Gohan, love Piccolo, but you cannot compare the two films because it's just not fair. Like if you think, and if you're hearing me say this, like don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Like if you love Superhero, that's great. But when we break down the things that happen in the Broly movie versus the things that happen in the Superhero movie, like fundamentally they're just two different films. But that Broly movie, it was something else, man. Like it just like everything that Danny's saying, like they just did so many different things. They took risks. And it was like it even came packaged with things that Superhero did not come with, because this movie is the literal embodiment of things that a lot of fans understood as existing in an elseworld universe. Even though it wasn't direct copies, like a copy paste, like it wasn't Z Broly, it wasn't Z Gogeta, the simple fact that we now had a Toriyama version was better than just getting an easy copy paste of those characters and ideas and just putting them in the setting that they did, the story that they told. Like this is quite literally what fans wanted, aside from, just seeing a movie that focused more on Gohan and Piccolo. No offense, I'm just saying. That's all.
No, and I do like that the movies are different. Like I enjoy
Yeah,
both movies. I like watching them back to back sometimes because Goku and Vegeta are so like not doing much in superhero. So if I want to see their shit, it's in Broly, and then Gohan gets the stage and Piccolo in that one. Thank
true.
you, David Kelly, for the super chat, and I agree. Now, Card Bug, this is exactly what I was talking about. That's wrong. The Cell Max fight would have had to be better than Perfect Cell's fight with Gohan, and it isn't. No, you're not listening to what I said. There is a difference between a movie anime fight and an anime TV show fight. You literally are saying the opposite. Fights in anime or in just TV shows in a whole have stages to them, right? And each episode is a different stage. Go back and watch Goku versus Piccolo, Goku versus Vegeta, Goku versus Frieza, Vegeta versus Cell, all of them. TV episodes are organized more like manga chapters. Anime movie fights have to be more concise and more over the top because you have to take into account it's a 16.3% theatrical experience. You have to have sound effects all over the place. Everything has to look sharp for a 35, 70 millimeter screen or even IMAX. It is not the same thing. Anime fights, you cannot compare Cell Max to Perfect Cell. You can't. You're already making a mistake because both those fights are structured completely different.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that's, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, I all I was gonna add was that an easy way to like think about it going forward for anyone that might have like felt the same way is you gotta remember an anime, a TV show in general, they have way more time to let things kind of settle, cook, marinate, however way you wanna, understand it. And they can let things play out and build up. A movie has its own methods of building up, but like Danny's saying, it obviously has to be structured in a way that is condensed and fits within the time slot of a movie, whether it's 90 minutes, whether it's like 2 hours plus 3 hours. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. That's why sometimes I find it interesting when people try to argue like, oh, like this season of this show is better than this movie. But it's like, well,
You can't
I
compare
mean,
them,
you
really.
can't because it's just like, how would that TV show, how would it have been if it was a movie? And how would that movie have been if it was a TV show? Like imagine if the Broly film was a season
It'd be
and
different.
it'd be way different, especially because like, and let's not forget that original script was supposed to be a 3-hour classic.
Yeah, and what they said was Toriyama gave us content to make a 3-hour movie, but we don't even to this day we don't know what was in there that didn't make it. To this day.
Yeah, I will just add to that too that as a Broly fan, okay, I'll always love the opportunity to see some more Broly, but I'm not gonna put out there that I hope that whatever one of the new projects for next year is like a Broly season. I think for something like that, for fans to kind of get their teeth sunken into that Broly missing, whatever you want to call it, I feel like that would be best served in like a video game or something like that, like in a story mode where it's like that could be like
Ooch,
like a
ooch,
marketing selling point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ooch.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I want you to explain to me why in Sparking Zero they have Broly, they have Gogeta. Why did we not get that in either Goku or Vegeta's story mode? Can somebody answer that question? Would it have been that hard to make the ice level, bro? Would it have really taken that long?
Yeah, I that just goes back to our similar conversations on, poor decision makings and all that. So
Yeah. I do want to highlight this scene right here because this scene got a massive applause.
oh
And
yeah, this transformation is fire. Come on.
I saw this scene. I saw this movie 3 times in theaters, and I had already gotten a copy from Funimation, and then of course it leaked anyways. This movie, bro,
crazy.
or this scene, just
First time we've
people
seen him
were
go God too.
yeah, first time in anime we ever saw. Remember, he had the
Yup.
manga version. Yeah, and it was beautifully done. Nagamine, again, we can sit here and praise the work of Shintani and praise the work of all the animators. They're all super talented, but Nagamine put it together, bro. It's like we talk about guys like Steven Spielberg or directors, James Cameron, Christopher Nolan. Obviously, they got a crew that no one man can make a movie on his own, but it takes a leader and a visionary to make a film like this. Nagamine felt like he could take, this is the real ultimate emotional thing I'm about to say, bro. Nagamine felt in his heart of hearts he could elevate Dragon Ball and One Piece, and that's exactly what he did.
100%.
Before he passed away. He
100%.
elevated the entire franchise, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, he made it better. He made it better than where it was at before he joined.
Yeah.
That was also my goal for YouTube Dragon Ball content. I wanted to make the platform better than when it was before I got here. And I did. But no, but all joking aside.
Hit him with the orange.
All these don't, how dare you, bro?
I know, I did that on purpose. I'm sorry.
On, bro. Now I want to know if Nagamine had any art of what happened after when Broly and Chila had privacy, bro. That's what I want to know, because I want to send that to you.
Yeah, I can't say I was surprised that was coming. So,
something came, all right, bro.
Nah, I'm sure.
Hey, but you know what? I respect Broly. He lost his virginity in his 40s, but that's okay, bro, because it was on a planet, and we know the only one that could have seen it was Lemo. Did he watch? Was he watching?
Go ahead, I dare you to make that video. Go ahead.
What's the video going to be?
Just title it. Was Lemo watching?
That's it.
Just go ahead.
And I'm going to get one of those Mexican Dragon Ball fans to draw me up fan art of like Broly. It's like a shower, and you see Broly's like hair sticking up and Lemo's looking over the corner. You know, that'd be fire, bro.
I know for a fact that if you at least did that as a short, you'd probably get millions of views on that. Just saying, like, unfortunately, but
did Lemo watch Broly lose his beat to Chilai? Clearly, she was the most experienced. Have you ever seen my short about why Piccolo's always mad?
You know what? I actually have not seen a single one of your shorts. I've only seen your long form videos. Because I'd be forgetting.
No, actually, all joking aside, I kind of want you to watch it.
Okay. I'll check it out.
I think you'll like it. I think those who have seen it, I'm just gonna DM it to you. You don't have to watch it right now. Okay. Those who have seen it already know. Those who haven't seen it, you know, I'll tell you what, I'll link it in the chat.
What I want to know is when you're gonna show that video I made for you. I remember I was like, yo,
yes, I do.
My gift from me to you.
You know what? I'll show it right now. Seriously. I'll premiere it right now, bro.
It's one of my favorite things. And not just because I made it, because it's actually hilarious.
No, I love it. I just need to find it. I know I have it on my desktop, right? I know I have it on my desktop. You called it Geekdom 101 is the greatest, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I know I have that, bro. I know I have it. I know I do. I
made that years ago.
Yes, you did. It was when I was streaming. I was
Twitch.
Streaming on Twitch. Yes. I was stoned out of my mind that day. I found it. Here it is. Okay. Hold on. I found it, but I have to figure out how I'm going to show it. God, I was so much fatter back then. Now look, I hate looking at myself from years ago, bro. I don't like the way I look.
Hey, man, all right. It's progress. It's like,
I know, but I looked at that and I'm like, women fucked that? Ugh. Like, what the fuck? You must really. I was looking at myself. I was like, damn, bro, you must really be all that funny and all that great, bro. Because holy shit, ego. All right, let me see if I can do this. Hold on, video file. Give me just. I'm gonna do it right now, bro.
How are you showing the movie clips? Like,
I screen grabbed the the movie itself, but there was no audio. I want them to hear the audio too.
Okay, got it.
Here we go. I am the greatest Dragon Ball content. Can you hear it?
Yes.
All right, so let me give I got to give people context. All right.
Please explain. This is I've been waiting years, literally since I made this for him. Years. I said, bro, this is my gift to you.
Look at this right here, bro. I'm gonna do me a favor and send me that link somewhere because I wanna call them out tonight for that. I'm gonna call CBR out again. All right, so
okay.
So here, yeah, because when Nagamine passed away, bro, we gotta be respectful. So this video right here was Uchi made it because on Christmas Eve, I think I streamed Superhero for everyone. I'm sure Toei wasn't happy because it was free. And I was stoned out of my mind because there's nothing better than getting high on Christmas. Let's watch.
It's like not playing. If you might have to like restart.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong play button. Let's try that. Let's try that. I'm not high now, I swear. Let's try it again. I am the greatest Dragon Ball content creator in the history of content. Dr. Garo's story is kind of tragic because the dude lost his wife and son. Yes, that's his wife, dude. That old ass man tapped it. That old ass man tapped it, bro. You didn't know that? Oh my God, why am I getting phone calls, dude? That still happened. No. I'm getting like fucking stupid ass phone calls. But listen what I was gonna tell you. This motherfucker. Just remember, Geekdom 101 is gifting you this film as a fucking Christmas present, an early Christmas present. And if you're a Jew, a Hanukkah present. And if you're whatever people believe in Kwanzaa, a Kwanzaa present. And if you're nothing, a present, bro. Face in there. Thanks for the subscription, yo. Hype train. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, bro. I'm fucking. Do I stream only on Twitch or YouTube? Dude, I'm a YouTuber. How have you not heard of me, bro? I am the greatest Dragon Ball content creator in the history of content. I'm the only YouTuber who's interviewed every motherfucking dub actor. Almost every dub actor. I'm the fucking only motherfucker. Ego. Listen, we're about to get to a real badass part right here, bro. The fucking Gohan ultimate transformation. This motherfucker's so strong, he gets rid of the rain, bro. Gohan, where were you 2 months ago when Hurricane Ian hit Florida, bro? We sure as fuck could have used you a couple months ago, Gohan. Probably studying ants and shit. Choke slam that motherfucker. Here comes the DDT. DDT. I was losing it when I first saw this, bro. Is this Ultra Instinct Gohan?
Are you serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now?
Damn. I mean, I understand some people fucking are not caught up on the news, bro. So I'm gonna do you a favor. Go to my channel, Geekdom 101. I'm the greatest Dragon Ball content creator in history, and get acquainted with me. Am I a dick? Yes, but not all the time. And I won't be a dick to you. Let's get back to the fucking end here. Fucking, oh, you got ads. Too bad. Maybe if you subscribed, you wouldn't have a fucking ad. I'm gonna do you a favor and and keep the movie paused for a little bit. Tell me when the ad is over. Can y'all give some subscriptions, man? You fucks. Fucking freeloaders. Damn you freeloaders. I'm doing this for free, bro. You should be worshiping the ground that I walk on. Thanks for the gifted sub. Y'all are great. Y'all are very kind, bro. This is the community that I want right here, bro. Unlike other motherfuckers that lost their Twitch a few days ago, bro. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not even gonna ever reveal who I was talking about. Some know, some don't. Days ago, bro, I ain't going nowhere. Pussy ass motherfuckers. Let's fucking finish off this movie, bro. You know what makes you a hoe? When you talk shit on Twitter and then private your Twitter, bro, so you don't get no response. That makes you a certified hoe. Yes! Somebody should be sending a fucking plaque to your house that says certified hoe, bro, and put it up on your fucking wall. Yeah. That was the guy who is notorious for blocking people and then talking shit because he's a certified hoe. Thank you for that, bro. That's one of the greatest videos ever. People who don't join us for those Saturday streams, bro, they don't know what they're missing, bro. They don't know what they're missing, bro. Those Saturday streams are the highlight, I think. Watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z with me is like the best, bro. I really, and I'm not even saying that egotistically. I have a good time.
Yeah, I as a friend and as someone that has also been following like your content, I can, and I always say this, like watching Danny's videos is like you're taking like a college course on Dragon Ball. Like
I appreciate it.
You really do learn a lot from how much you know about the show, the industry, the ins and outs and stuff like that. So then you take that, right? And then apply your personality and how like you just are. Watching the shit live with you is an entire experience, because of course you gotta sprinkle in some people that like, you know, ask the questions that they ask, and then like how I did it in the video where you're the who wants to be a millionaire in the background.
Bro,
Like,
I mean, it's like that though. I had a meltdown. You want to talk about a crash out? Brother, I had a crash out about a month ago because somebody asked, what is Frieza's gender? In 2025, I had a fucking crash out, bro. I'm like, so, and it's a regular. It's somebody who's been watching with us. I'm like,
damn, you hate to be your own sometimes.
were you ignoring the fact that he was called? Where were you all those times where the subtitle said he and him? Was your brain just not reading that? What was going on?
Hey, sometimes people just have moments, you know, like call it like a I don't know, like the brain fart or something like that, you know. But
yeah, Graham, and I miss your gift subs, bro. I miss them, bro. Listen, please give more subs, all right? Look, I'm going hungry, bro. Look, all I got is water. I mean, look, I'm out of freaking lotion. You know, I really need a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I need some, bro. Help me. I'm over here starving to death, bro. I mean, look at how skinny I am, bro. Look, I'm starving. I'm damn near. Anyways,
yeah. So if
I'm
anyone,
doing it now, bro. I'm doing it now. I'm doing what I did in the video now.
If y'all want more of those videos, then definitely, you know, tell this guy to hire me so that way I can quit my job and then we can get more of those funny ass videos going, because them shits are gold.
Bro, you're way too expensive.
I would,
however,
no, not.
I would pay you for another one of those at some point. We'll see.
Oh,
I have to get really stoned and watch something. You know what? What if I get really stoned and we watch Evolution? That's a good idea, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
That might be the greatest stream in history.
So how I did that first video, those are all clips that I was grabbing live. Like, you know how Twitch, you have like the clip feature, like anybody can do it. I was clipping the shit out of that stream because you were just banger after banger, like a Sheamus match. Like,
I appreciate it, bro. I try to entertain the people, bro. You know?
At that point, if this was the thing, I would just have to just record just download the stream or something, like the entirety, and just work off of that.
I just find it funny that this Edward guy's like, didn't that guy Geekdom broke his mic? And then Trenton goes, that was me. Yes. I broke my mic. And this guy, bro, I made a chat, right? I'm sorry, not a chat. I made a Q&A for members, and it's $3 if you want to listen to the Q&A. This fucking guy goes, no, man, make it public. And I go, make it public? I'm like, it's $3 to become a member and watch that Q&A. You owe me $150 for breaking my mic. I told him that, bro. On one of these, like, you can't even give me $3 for the Q&A.
You owe me.
Like,
damn. Oh,
by the way, Dozer, it's very funny that you say this, because coming up in after two streams, when we start the Android saga on Twitch, this will become very relevant. Anyways, Nagamine. So I want to talk about that time period, bro. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to get a little personal, a little emotional, because I'm just going to keep it real. the Tournament of Power and Dragon Ball Super Broly, the era that Nagamine was dialed into this franchise, was definitely the peak of not only my career here on YouTube, but definitely the peak of my life. At the time, I'm going to tell you, at the time, this was my life. I was making more money than I ever made before in my entire life. And that's not gloating. Like, I grew up poor, bro. I'm an immigrant Cuban kid, bro. We had nothing. All right. I grew up with, thankfully, I had a Nintendo and cable sometimes. When I was 10 years old, I used to have to go to the neighbor's house to watch Monday Night Raw because we didn't have cable. Like, I was not a silver spoon baby. I am not Tony Khan. I was making this money. I finally bought this house, which was this house that I'm in right now. I finally bought a house. I was hosting conventions. I was putting them together. I was, hold on. I've been watching since 2013. Well, Edward, that's not possible because my channel didn't start till 2015. So that must have been somebody else you were thinking of, bro, which means you were cheating on me, which means I'm very hurt. He must have you confused with that other fat guy, bro. Oh, wait, I'm not fat anymore. Not the 350-pound Dokkan tuber, not him, bro. 400 pounds at this point, bro. But anyways, yeah, see, this guy knows. This guy knows.
The call-outs are crazy.
No, I love it. So this was funny, bro. So, okay. So I was doing really well in my career. I had just got this house. I was working my ass off every week, tired as shit. I flew everywhere. I went to, within 2018 to 2020, I went to Dallas, Los Angeles for the Broly premiere. Dallas, Los Angeles, Chicago, Tokyo, that was a lifelong dream. I got to go watch wrestling in the Tokyo Dome. That's a big deal for me, bro. Watching those WCW New Japan shows with the Steiner brothers and Hiroshi Hase and Vader. And I got to actually, and walking into the dome, it's like, if you love wrestling, bro, and you walk into that Tokyo Dome, it's like the energy. I was friends with everyone. I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. A lot of people jumped on my dick during Dragon Ball. And then when Dragon Ball Super, the anime, ended, they started hopping off of my dick. And it just kind of goes to show that people definitely climbed onto me and they used me. But the Broly weekend was one of the greatest weekends of my life. I'm being dead ass with you. The Chinese theater, the premiere, I got to walk the red carpet, bro. Again, this is not me gloating. I walked the red fucking carpet, bro. And I was there with people from the NBA. I got to meet Jason David Frank, dog. The hat that you're wearing, bro. I went up to him and I said, "Sir, you inspired me to take jiu-jitsu." And I took a picture with him, bro. I still have that picture on my wall over there. I got to meet other comedians. I got to watch Dragon Ball Super Broly in the Chinese theater, and the people in attendance, Sean Schemmel, Chris Sabat, Vic Mignogna, before the split, when everybody got along and it was kumbaya. I got to, what else? I got to eat a ton of sushi that weekend because we went to this expensive ass sushi place. Bro, I wound up forking $250 to pay for everybody's food, but I was balling back then, so I didn't care. This is what, bro, I was freaking,
Wow.
no, I mean, that was a crazy time for me. And I had found, I feel, the love of my life that weekend as well. That's when we got together. And I just can't, like, everything was perfect, bro. That weekend was like perfect. That whole week was perfect, bro. I got to go to the after party and I wound up spilling wine on Damian Clark's shoes and apologizing profusely. And what's wild about that is Damian Clark was there, all these guys, and then Akio Ioku, the Akio, was there. This motherfucker walked right by me, and I thought it was just some Japanese guy. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's Akio-san? Like afterward, bro. He was there for the American premiere, dog.
Wow.
And I'll never ever forget. Thank you so much for this kind comment, bro. It means a lot. That was a like, dude, like real shit, bro. Like, I never in my wildest dreams thought I ever get to do anything like that, bro. Like, not just host a convention, but be a part of it. Be on the red carpet, dressed with a full like a horseman, like one of the 4 horsemen, bro. Because you got to have self-respect and dress like an alpha to be treated like one. And interviewed on the red carpet, like, and then I got to go to Japan, and a lot of it is because of the work of people like Toriyama and people like Nagamine, bro, because he made this movie. You can't deny it, bro. Like, a director gets credit for what he creates. Yes, we love Toriyama. We respect Toriyama. Always and forever.
Right.
But Dragon Ball Super Broly was directed by Tatsuya Nagamine, dog. And that's going to always, that's his legacy, bro. At least for us as Dragon Ball fans.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, bro. So it was just that was a crazy weekend, bro. Just getting everybody in. I had 5 passes to get in to the movie, and I gave 3 of them to friends, and then I kept one. Me and my better half, and we just it was a great weekend, bro. There are things that happened that weekend that I'm not going to talk about publicly, but let's just say that my personal life was that was the peak of my life, bro. That was like I never thought that I would ever like fucking this motherfucker, bro. He said, I learned the 10 crack command. Are you saying that because I rapped it on Instagram the other day, bro? That might be why he's saying that, because I did do that, bro. Yes, love and respect Toriyama. He is an inspiration, but he's not the only one, bro. We got to give credit to Koyama. People always say, and this is a lot of the casuals, I love Dragon Ball Z. Akira Toriyama's the best. Okay, yes. Toriyama never really did Dragon Ball Z. Toriyama did the manga. If you want to credit somebody for loving Dragon Ball Z, bro, Takao Koyama, Kozo Morishita. Those are the guys that created the Dragon Ball Z that we know, and Broly. And then, so what I'm trying to say, man, is yes, Toriyama will always be at the top of the mountain. But if you're going to set up like a Mount Rushmore, or if you're going to set up like a list of people who have contributed, you got to add a Sumitomo score for Broly. We didn't even talk about that. I think the Broly score is the best thing he's ever done. Dun, dun, dun,
dun. Oh, come on. Fire.
It's
I love it.
Beautiful, bro. It's a beautiful story. Like,
I think I actually bought that soundtrack. I think I'd have to find it somewhere.
Imagine paying for music, bro. Come on, with the internet.
Oh, come on, dude. Listen, I understand, but
of course you understand.
Broly, that's a collector's item. Like, yo,
right.
I had to get it. Like anything that I could get my hands on within reason. Like the one thing I still to this day could not get was that super duper collector's edition that you have.
The big green one.
Yes,
I should have gone. I should go get it, bro. Do you want me to go get it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I figured you would.
Filibuster, and I'll be right back.
I got you. Yeah, I remember back then, anything that had Broly on it, I tried any way possible to get my hands on. I remember the Japanese novel that to this day you cannot get it in English unless, I don't know if there's like a fan translation out there for it, but there is a movie novelization of the Broly film that I was like, bro, I'm getting this. Like, had to. You know, when it officially came out on Blu-ray, unfortunately, you know, shout outs to the freaking green tint. I don't know if y'all remember that, but like that was a whole big thing back when we got the Blu-ray release of Broly. It was like that was the start of the terror of the green tint. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those unfortunate things. I was just talking about the green tint
The green tint, yeah. So this is the one you're talking about, right?
Yup.
Yeah,
That's the one.
this was given to me. It was a gift from a person I very much care about. And this is the Japanese deluxe Dragon Ball Super Broly. I've never opened it. I kept it sealed because I've got like the UK version, like that I just watched that if I ever want to watch it, like, whatever. So I decided to never open this, but it's got like this massive book. I don't know if you can see that. And it's got the Gogeta on the back and the Broly on the front. Like I just don't want to ever open this, bro. And I kind of wish Nagamine did some American cons, bro, because if I ever went to a con, this is what I would have him sign, bro. I mean, it's either this or One Piece Film Z, which I think I do have, actually. I think Bindle got that for me. I think I have it over there.
Yeah, like something like that, because like when it comes to collector's items, I know a lot of people, they just get something and then they just leave it alone in the box on a shelf and like that's just what it is. I hate that, but for certain items, like I feel like if I was to keep something sealed, I would feel compelled to get a second one so that I can actually open it up and like do whatever. But
I mean, brother, I should have bought like 3 sets of Dragon boxes for what they're going for now.
Yeah.
You know? Dude,
Yeah.
I was paying $35 for each Dragon box as it was coming out. A couple of years go by, they're going for like 200 each. And I'm like, what? Like, on my phone. I'm like, what? Like, they're out of print. Okay. Now look, okay, I cannot just get something, leave it unopened. I already had the movie. For me, there's no reason to open this because I already had the movie and people online had already scanned the book. So there was no point in opening it and possibly damaging it. I'm going to hold on to it. Maybe someday I'll sell it. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't
Something
decided,
like that I can never sell.
I don't know if I could either, bro.
Yeah, a
I'm
lot
with
of the
you.
stuff that I end up getting now, I mean, especially, I shouldn't just say now, but like the last several years, I've made a point to like, if I'm getting this, I'm not going to get rid of it, like, and I've been this way ever since my last big sell to GameStop. I remember when I was a teenager, I took like a bag of like upward towards like 150 games after school to my GameStop, which unfortunately doesn't even exist anymore. And they offered me, oh no, I'm sorry, it was 50 games. 50 games mixed between PS2, Xbox, GameCube. And
oh my God.
they offered me like $150 for 50 games that originally were all priced at $50.
Bro,
okay?
What the hell? I hate GameStop so much when they do that shit, bro.
And after that experience, I've never sold anything again. Like, because I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to get something, I'm going to keep it. And that's it. So, like, I'm going to make, and it's like, and if it's something that I'm not as into, but I want, like, maybe I'll just wait until it goes on sale or something. But, it's just, it's going to just stay with me, like, I ended up, a part of that haul, I ended up selling SmackDown Just Bring It and Here Comes the Pain. Two of the greatest.
Oh, the two best ones on that system.
So I ended up rebuying them back, like within the same year off eBay. Because I'm like, nah, I can't. Even if I never put those discs in again, bro, like I just can't not have those games, bro.
I feel you. I feel you. I'm feel you, bro.
Never again.
I used to. So there was a time in the late 2000s, early 2010s, where I was buying a lot of PS2 games from this Arabic guy at a flea market, and he sold me. I bought Silent Hill 2 on PS2, Silent Hill 3 on PS2 for $20 with the manual, the box, and everything. I go to this game shop near my house a couple of years later, and I see in the glass Silent Hill 2 for like $250. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yep.
This game is worth that much. Like, yeah, I went up and I was like, what? I have a copy of this. Like, you just don't know. Like, you just don't know. Like, I think like a sealed copy of like Mega Man 4 or 5 is worth like on Nintendo is worth like you just never know what game prices are going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, even to, I guess, bring it back to a more recent game title, the latest Godzilla game on PS4, they purposefully, a Japanism, I guess you can say, only made a limited copy, a limited run of that game for the English and Japanese, and the game itself was not even rated highly. It was actually rated kind of like average or poor. But because of its limited stock, and especially now considering that Godzilla's on everything, that game on eBay doesn't go for less than 200. I've seen it be for 250, for 300, and I'm just like, dude, I can't even have this to be a part of my collection of games that I would love, because I love me some Godzilla. And that's like the most recent home console version of a Godzilla experience that you could get right now. And you can't. Like, you cannot go to, and I one of my buddies literally told me, like, bro, I can't believe I got so lucky that I was able to get it off of like a $5 bin at like a Sears or whatever store that he saw it at. And, and now look at it, it's worth almost like the $300. It's crazy.
It's wild. Thinking back to this movie, bro, there it is, bro. They cracked the dimensional fabric. So do you remember people were saying they were like, oh, because remember what they did? They put out the Bardock TV special, the Fusion Reborn movie, and the Broly movie. And everyone was like, oh, is Gogeta in it? Blah, 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 blah. And then I remember right around, and people were saying, oh, that means that Gogeta's in the movie. And I was like skeptical. And then if you remember, I think it was, I forgot the guy's name. I think it was Lloyd. I think Lloyd was his name. He data mined Xenoverse 2 and found Gogeta Blue and Broly full power. And I did a video. I was like, guys, this is actually happening. And I remember what I did. I'll never forget this. So I see that, right? Before I make the video, I text somebody who is, let's just say, close to Bandai. Let's leave it at that. And I told him, I go, what do you think about this? And he goes, oh, I guess that got out. And I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, I saw it when I went into the office. And I was like, time to make the video, bro. Time to make the donuts, bro. It's time to make the video. There's no way, Geekdom. There's no way Gogeta's gonna be in this movie. You're a liar. You fake news.
You guys gotta remember that businesses and companies, they all do things intentionally. And around the time that they made the announcement, the Fathom events or whatever it was called,
they also spoiled Gogeta. Remember they were showing it to people when they were walking in the movie theater.
Freaking postcard, right? Yeah. I'll never forget that too. When they announced that summer that in the fall they were going to be re-releasing select Dragon Ball Z films to be, shown in the theaters for this very short limited time run. And when you look at the list, with all things considered, you know that we're going into a brand new movie that is called Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Right.
And then the list of movies is the first Broly movie. Then it's the Bardock special.
It was the Bardock special and Fusion Reborn.
And then Fusion Reborn.
Yeah.
And those
elements of all three became.
Yeah. And then those two last ones I just said, that was a double feature. So it's not like you went to go see them separately. Like, you saw the Broly movie separate, but then when you went to go see the Bardock special and Fusion Reborn, those were like a double feature, like 2-for-1 special. So as soon as I saw that list, I immediately started thinking, I'm like, okay, that means that there's going to be things from these.
I didn't think you were crazy. But I was like, let's not jump to conclusions here.
Listen, I was on it back then, like I am now.
You were sharp. You're a sharp. You were a very sharp guy, bro. How about that?
Thank you. I'll take it.
Let me play this because I haven't heard this in 7 years. Hold on. Can you hear the audio?
No.
What the fuck? Okay, wait. Can you hear it now?
No.
Can you hear it now? You can't hear it. Okay. What the fuck? This stupid ass OBS. Yeah, it's not OBS. What is this again? StreamYard? Whatever, bro. No, I actually haven't seen this legit since it first came out. I don't watch my videos back, bro. Except for like the ones I like really edit like hard. Hard. Okay, also there it is, system audio. It might double you up a little bit, but all right, let's listen.
Confident. So this information here I'm going to present to you in this video is very, very preliminary. And what I mean by preliminary is that I am personally not 100% confident in this information or in this thing, but this thing is going to probably become a thing. So I figure I might as well cover it now because it could actually, there's a very good chance this could be a major thing here. And I'll get to what I mean here in a minute because by
classic Geekdom
video, this image that you see on your screen is probably going to be all over the web. So Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Extra Pack number 3 has come out, and it's been data mined. Now, obviously, data mining is when you go through the actual data, like the code.
All right, I have to explain that. I have to explain everything, bro.
I mean, yeah, it's the life of YouTubers.
It's very preliminary information. The person who data mined this was Komodo, otherwise known as
Lloyd. I knew it.
As Lloyd. Here is his Twitter.
Screen,
I will leave a link to it down below. He's done this kind of stuff before. He has experience doing these things, so I do trust him, but I haven't spoken to any other data miners yet, so I'm just letting you know that ahead of time that this is the person who data mined this. And what did he data mine? Well, here's the thing. Okay, couple of clues here as to what might be going on. Number one, Broly. Now, for those of you who play Xenoverse, you already know that Broly's in the game. Why would there be another Broly? Obviously, there's another Broly because, well, the movie's coming out, and there's going to be a new Broly in that movie, right? Now, the moves that he has match up to the previous Broly's move. Maximum Charge, Gigantic Meteor, Instant Rock.
All right, I don't have to hear the whole damn thing, but there's actually one that I want to pop in real quick, one more here, because this is one that I was really proud of, bro. Hold on a sec here. No, not that one. Not that one. There's a lot of this era, bro. Jesus Christ. No, not that one. Not that one. I think it might be. Yeah, I think it might be this one. Okay, now I want to make this very, very clear, right? Hold on. Okay, I'm going to reshare the screen. You're going to know what I'm talking about here in a minute. Okay. So check this out. So, okay. I got to make sure I got the right one. Okay. So I want to make note of this. Look, this video dropped November 11th, 2018. That's before the Japanese saw it. That's before they had the premiere in Japan with Nozawa and all the actors there, before we had our premiere. I want to make note of that because this is pretty important.
A private screening of Dragon Ball Super Broly in just a couple of days in Japan for a very small number of people. I believe it's like
This is 2 days before that private screening in Japan.
2,000 people are going to get to see the film.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, we can hear. Yeah.
At this event in Japan, there will be obviously members of the cast and crew.
I'm going to fast forward to the important shit.
Okay. And I've been telling you all this for a while, but not only does Gogeta and Broly fight, not only is that a big fight in the movie, but also that Gogeta does have a lot of very similar story beats to what they did in Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, first,
all right, damn it. No wonder people say I get to the fucking point. Even I'm saying that about myself. Get to the fucking point.
I like what they did in Fusion Reborn. Now, moving on. Many of you have asked, well, what about Gotenks? What about Gohan?
No, I just said they're not in the movie.
Transformations. People have been saying, does Broly go Great Ape or does he go SS4 or something like that?
Those were legitimately questions we were getting.
Missed opportunities. I'll tell you this right now as a reminder. I was probably the first person that was actually saying that imagine what would have happened if Broly still had his tail. Okay, in the movie, Paragus tells us that this guy tapped into his grade 8 power.
In his
Broly is the type of character that breaks the foundational rules within the fabric of Dragon Ball. We already know that based on what they tell us, Saiyans, they turn into great apes, Ozaru, when they look at the full moon because of the waves emitting from the moon, right? Okay. This guy had no moon. There was nothing, no waves, none of that. And he forcefully tapped into it. So if he had his tail, I am 100% confident
You would have been
this
stronger.
guy would have been the first person to force evolve into Ozaru, and we would have had a great ape Broly. That is why this guy didn't have a tail, or else they would have been screwed. They probably would have had to Gogeta Ozaru just to match it, if that.
Yeah, well, that would have been something. Yeah, that was a thing. But I want to get to
The answer is no.
Hold on.
Life, right? And more powerful as the film progresses.
There's
to
one
the point where
specific thing.
I was directly told that this is a bigger power boost than what Frieza got in Resurrection F, which I think
which is true.
jealousy thing that we talked about a few videos ago. That's apparently true. And the beef, like we had discussed in this film, is absolutely between Paragus and King Vegeta. Broly does not hate Kakarot in the movie because he was crying like in the old Broly movies. That entire thing does not happen in this film whatsoever. In fact, the beef is totally more so based on the parentage than just
All right.
when they see this film. So that whole like Broly being a devil like he was in the previous movies, in movie 1, and when
I can't even fast forward
that
it.
does not appear to be
Good,
in
bro.
this film.
That's good.
Now this movie, but it's not a shot-by-shot adaptation of Dragon Ball Minus. There is extra stuff here as well. Also,
Bardock
there is a
part.
huge bait and switch with Frieza involving what he wants with the Dragon Balls. Now, obviously,
All right, now, what could Frieza have wanted with the Dragon Balls, right? This is 2 days before it came out in Japan.
the original Dragon Ball Z, Frieza wanted to be immortal. In this movie, Frieza has a different wish that he wants. I'm not saying he gets the wish, but he wants a certain wish, and it is not immortality, but it is supposed to be a gag. He didn't tell me what it was, though. Now, let's get to the big finale, the end of the movie, Dragon Ball Super Broly. Does Broly die? Does Broly win? What happens? So I'm not entirely sure if there is more after this scene, because this guy is working on an international dub of this show and is
Shouldn't even said that.
he didn't see
but
the
whatever.
entire film. He
Ain't
didn't
nobody
see
gonna
the
find
whole
him.
thing. He's just helping out. He's an assistant. But basically, from what I understand, the climax of the film goes as follows. Gogeta's about to finish off Broly, and it looks like he's about to lose. And then Chile, the new
Chile.
girl, Chile wishes to the dragon that Broly be saved, and she ends up saving Broly. She ends up getting.
What a lucky guess, bro. Man. God. Damn.
He said, "What a lucky."
Oh my God. Danny, why have you never played the lotto? Oh my goodness. Oh, but you lied about Super in 2019. You were never credible. You're a phony. You're a phony piece of shit. That's not what happens in the movie. Broly dies and his dad wishes him back.
Him out of there so that they're not done with Broly, because if she saved him, there is more story to be told.
See, if it was me now, I'd say if she saved him, that means that he tapped it. And this message is for Uchi 5 years in the future. See, I should have said that in the video, bro. I should have said that in the video.
It is their favorite character.
I think when this happened, you and I had only had 2 conversations ever at this point, bro.
Someone start talking. So there you go. If
Actually, where's the one where there's one where I actually revealed that it was the 5 feet tall thing, bro.
Well, hold on. So really quick, as you're looking for that, I do want to say that I feel like it would kind of be a decent video for you to even consider making like a hindsight I was right series.
Oh, I've been wanting to make that forever. In fact, maybe I'll pay you to edit that for me. Super. I have exclusive information. Vegeta will get Super Saiyan 3 and Daima. Man, lucky guess, bro. There's gonna be 2 new villains Majin Ku and Majin Du. And here's what they look like, guys. Here's what they look like. What a lucky guess, bro. God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
You remember the one where you were like, there's a character that looks like a horse. And then it happened. And I said, yo, guys, this is the shit he was talking about. And then you shared it. You're like, and then you did, your bit. So.
No, I guessed it, bro. That was all lucky guess, bro. I did that thing from the psychics. You know how they have those psychics that close their eyes that can draw what you're thinking? That's what I did, bro. Okay, here we go. You did screw up with the fusion bugs, though. No, see, here's the thing. Again, I love people like this. I could get 10,000 things right. Albert Einstein can get 10,000 things right, but you fucked up with the fusion bugs. You know what? Just some Mexican with a mustache? You're right. I was wrong. Oh, that means I've always been wrong. That means I'm not credible. That means I'm a phony. I'm a fraud. You're right, bro. You are right. That coup and do shit, bro, that was just a lucky guess, bro. I just got lucky. You're right, dog. You're right. I fucked up with the fusion bugs. Yeah, of course, I'm the one that wrote them into Daima and then didn't give it to you. That was me. It didn't say Danny Geekdom in the credits, but in Japanese, in really small letters, it said Danny Geekdom in the credits. I wrote that episode, bro. Some Mexican with an opinion, bro.
Oh my God.
A Mexican. Listen, bro, I'm just going to break it down like this. You did get Super Saiyan 4. I actually never leaked Super Saiyan 4. You're wrong. I never leaked Super Saiyan 4. I like how this motherfucker tries to put me over and puts me over for something I didn't do. That was the one thing I didn't share with anybody. Well, I kind of shared it with you, but I didn't share it. But he said, you got Super Saiyan 4. No, I never said Super. Remember, I never said that. We just kind of hinted at it. My favorite thing was over the summer. This is a hard one to catch. There was a stream I did. This was summer before Daima. And I'm on camera and I go, I hear there's real interesting things that Vegeta is going to do in the show. And I did it just like this, right? Those of you who caught that, you're good, bro. I did it just like this, bro.
If I was there for that, I literally would have been like, I hate you. Because I would have picked up on that shit frame one.
Whatever, bro.
Listen, guys, sometimes his hints are too on the nose, okay? It's not hard.
No, bro. No, he's no Mexican with his finger up his ass. He's right, bro. I got the fusion bugs wrong. So Majin Ku and Do, let's see. Ku and Do, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Neba, the horse character, Hibis, his name, the Tamagamis being called Tamagamis, what was the other one? The Demon Realm story, all of that shit was just lucky guesses, bro. All of it, every single thing. Nakatsuru being the lead animation supervisor. Goku becoming a kid again a month before it was public. Goku and Supreme Kai going on an adventure. Oh, what about they're going to be journeying with a guy with a gun and a girl with a sword? Just a lucky guess, bro. What do I know? What the fuck do I know, bro? But the fusion bugs, you know what, bro? Lock me up and throw away the key.
At this point, you literally just might as well make content based off of this. Like, in addition to everything that you already do, because, like, you got something here. Like, this is actual comedy. Because, like, I know
it is. And you're just the guy to edit it. I may actually pay you for it. I'm not even kidding. I'm thinking about it.
Hey, listen, the stars are aligning, I suppose, maybe.
Give me an estimate. Give me an estimate, bro. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I got an idea. For fools, I'm going to do a video that says everything Geekdom 101 got wrong, and the entire video is just me getting shit right. And then make sure that when we play the video in the window, that you have the date of when the video was uploaded, and you have your solid, and then you know what I'm talking about, the Metal Gear Solid sound.
Oh yeah. I use that all the time. Yeah,
I know. And then it's like, oh, the date.
That would be a fun project, 100%.
That would be fun, bro. I would dig it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we gotta get out of here, bro, because it's getting late. You have a fiance to tend to, bro. I got Anyways, I went there, bro. I went there tonight.
He said, "Which one?"
Look at this guy, bro. Look at the ego. He wants you to clip out. He wants you to clip out the part where I roasted him and he made me broke my mic, bro.
See, okay, and that's the other thing I was gonna say was that like, and I said this to you privately. I'm like, I'm sure that there has to be people that are doing this shit on purpose because they know your triggers.
But the thing is, what they don't know is that when I trigger, a lot of it is done on purpose to make people laugh. That's the thing. How many times have I actually been pissed off? Like, there are things that annoy me, bro, but like I usually like over exaggerate the shit on purpose because it's funny, because I like comedians that do that shit, bro. Like Lewis Black, bro, when he's like, when Britney Spears came out, I wanted to shove a pencil in my ear. Like, that guy makes me laugh, bro. The angry video game nerd. That's always been my kind of comedy.
Oh, shout out to AVGN.
20
Classic.
years doing this shit, bro. 20 years, right? Anyways, plug whatever you got to plug, bro.
Yeah, so I'm gonna type it in chat. The easiest thing I can plug right now is my link tree that has all of or most of my channels and social media. Currently I've been doing card game content on my brand new Atomic Shuffle channel. So far I've got like
Atomic Shuffle.
That's the name, Atomic Shuffle. You know, it's a
what is it?
It's a card game channel. I just do content for like.
Oh, so you play like Yu-Gi-Oh and shit.
Well, not Yu-Gi-Oh yet, but
I was about to say before you say yeah, I was gonna say good. That means you're not a virgin, but then you said yet and you fucked it all up for yourself.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that shit. And so yeah, like I've done so far. I got Marvel Snap on there, Pokemon Pocket, Godzilla card game. But outside of that, I've just been also uploading stuff to my Uchi games for like the video game stuff. And I'm in the process of restructuring what I'm going to do for my, I guess you can consider it main channel, which is the channel that is the home to all of the anime reactions. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember me by for the Dragon Ball Super stuff and all that kind of content. So I'm working on getting my, I don't know if you know this, but I have a separate Twitch stream specifically for reactions that I'm going to purpose into doing stuff there, where not just for like anime reactions, but just like reacting to like any, like whatever we're doing for that night, and then making those into like, you know, actual good content. Because if I'm being honest, and I already said this to you before, but like I feel like with the way content and just how things are done nowadays, like everything needs to be short, everything needs to be vertical, and it's like everyone's just there for like the 10-15 second clips, right? It's like, as a creator I've been literally doing this for like over 20 years, I feel like at this point, that's not as fulfilling. So it's like I'm going to abide by the wave because it's harder to grow when you're going against it, but I'm going to try to do it in such a way where it's effective and I feel like it's fulfilling for myself, and that I can actually, you know, be on Danny's level one day where I can buy a house and do all this shit and stuff like that. So that's the ultimate goal. So yeah, any love and support my way.
Did you link it already?
I did link it. Yeah. I think it might have got lost in the chat already, but yeah.
Can you link it again?
Yeah, I got you right here. Boom.
Link it right now.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry.
We do have this super chat, but you do that. I'll handle this while you do that.
Yeah.
David Kelly said, you didn't screw up with the bugs. There's too much left to tell with Daima, and the bugs will play a major role in the next Daima project, movie, or season. I can't tell if you're giving me a scoop or if you're just guessing. But yeah, I mean, I did say this the other day. Goku and the gang are still in the demon realm. We didn't actually see them leave yet. So if they decide to continue a Daima story, they're still there. You know, I know Goma just got arrested, but there's potentially more they could do now that they know there's more third eye. So I don't know. I mean, we'll find out in a couple months. So thank you so much for being here, bro.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me as always. Yeah.
I had a good time, bro. I had a good time reminiscing on probably real shit, the most fun time of my adult life. Look, I had a birthday party at Kamehacon 2 weekend where there were like 90 people at a Korean barbecue.
I was there for that.
I know you were there. I had fucking half the fucking Ocean cast there. I had Scott McNeil there, bro. Stephanie was there, and there were people there that I had become real close with, and that is a memory that I'll never forget. And I genuinely thank God. Like, people will say shit like, do you wish it was like that still? And part of me sometimes, but I genuinely thank God, bro, that I was able to experience something like that, even if it was for a brief time in our life. Because life is always up and down, bro. And you can't, at some point, bro, I'm gonna retire from YouTube. At some point, I'm gonna leave the platform permanently. But and that goes for everyone. We can't be here forever. And so, like, that was probably the peak of my career and my life as far as shit was going. And just the fact that I was able to do that, not a lot of people have gotten that opportunity, and I'm very humbled by it. And I do thank God that I was able to experience that. So
yeah, I'm super grateful too. I mean, even
sometimes you got to be appreciative. Go ahead, sorry.
Like you actually, I remember back then, like, you know, around that same time, like, I think it was for that Kamehacon where you offered me the opportunity to do my first ever panel for Broly.
It gave a lot of people a break, and at least you didn't betray me. Go ahead, bro. I'm just saying.
No, absolutely not. Because, you know, like I told you then, like I tell you now, like I'm a real one, dude. Like, it's not just a gimmick. Like, that's just how I am. And so, like, the fact that you were able to be like, you recognized the passion that I had for this character, the love I had for the franchise. So, you know, that panel is still on my channel. I think it called it Broly, the embodiment of change and something or other, where
And also too, remember, that was after the Broly movie had come out,
right?
And by that point, like, I think the Broly poster was revealed in June, which is a month after Kamehacon 1. So we couldn't even put you in the first show, even if we wanted to. Plus, Kamehacon 2 was the one with Vic went, and there was the fucking meltdown of the fandom like that. That is the one thing about that time period that I did not like. The fucking anime civil war, bro. I do not like that, bro. Oh, wait, there's one more thing I gotta talk about, bro. One more thing before we go. I've revealed this before, but I think this is the right stream to reveal it. Do you remember who Funimation wanted to get to play Broly in this movie, but decided not to and couldn't?
No, because I remember you wanted to tell me who it actually was, and all you told me was that this was someone that's known, but they've never done Dragon Ball. And I guessed it, but you didn't tell me to not spoil it. And then when it was announced that it was Johnny Young Bosch, one of my favorites, I fucking freaked out. I was like,
no, I'm talking about who they wanted to get, not who replaced
no.
it.
I don't know. No.
I must have told Heish, because that was
really
it. They wanted Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, that's who they wanted, bro. They wanted Michael B. Jordan, but number one, this was right after, like, fucking Black Panther and Creed. Come on, bro.
Nah.
That kind of cheddar cheese, bro. Like, this guy was a superstar. So Michael B. Jordan is the guy they wanted, bro. And then they went back to Vic, and then they went with Johnny Young Bosch. And I do really like Johnny Young Bosch's portrayal of Broly, even though we haven't really seen much of it yet.
Yeah, which is, you know, why, like, I kind of dance around the idea of them doing, like, an anime adaptation of the movie, despite, I know, trust me, guys, I want Super to come back. No. I don't want Super to come back. I want those arcs to get done. You know the arcs I'm talking about. But then I want them to go beyond Z, okay? They need to have the Dragon Balls to freaking go beyond that. And also, remind me after the stream, there is something that I think would be a great video for us to do, whether it's a stream or whatever. There's a very simple way for them to go beyond Z and not be afraid of not doing it with Goku as the main character. I'll just put that out there.
There's a couple ways they can do that, actually.
Oh yeah. There's something that I thought of during one of your other streams. I was like, oh no, like this is easy. Like, this is literally like it's I'm not gonna say it, but just to
No,
give
we'll
you
talk
guys
about it
something to
after.
look to.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ant-Man, for the kind super chat there. I appreciate it. But yeah, we respect Toriyama and Nagamine. We're gonna get out of here. But yes, I'm not lying about Michael B. Jordan. I feel like I don't think he would have been a good Broly. I think he would. There's many characters he could have played. I don't think Broly is a good fit for Michael B. Jordan, anyways. I'm
Yeah.
glad that Vic got to do it one more time. You know, because he was Broly all the way back in no, this is a lie. There were a lot of lies that were going around back then, my friend. I don't know if this is not true. So anyways, I just don't think that that he would have been a good fit for that character. But he was too expensive anyways. All right, we're getting out of here. So have a good one. Take care. See you soon. Goodbye.